What's up, BookTube? Hope y'all are doing well. Cheers, my friends. This is my Stephathon Wrap Up. About a month late, but it's been an interesting couple months. Living out here in the cut, which, you know, is my own decision. It seems like the winter months take a bit more out of me than the summer months. I have a lot of less free time. I mean, when I say I derive a living from the outdoors, that's pretty much what I mean. There's a golden seal tops. Golden seal roof. That's just what I dug before the cold weather, and then, you know, a lot of y'all don't agree with it, but, you know, I trap and hunt, fish, and if you're going to be successful, you have to treat it like a regular job. So it's a bit physically debilitating to ride an ATV 20-some miles a day and then do what you got to do as far as harvesting critters, and I'll just leave it at that. But I have to do this to get by, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm just explaining this is my life. This is what I have to do. So there are times when, unfortunately, reading, you know, has to take a back seat to surviving. So I'm just explaining why it took me so long to get this done. So let's get into the Stephathon prompts. Number 1, she's been attempting new things. A genre you don't read a lot of. Come on. Cookbooks. It's a cookbook. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of To Serve Man, that old episode of The Twilight Zone. Some of y'all might get that reference. But there was some interesting stuff in here. The title says it all. Some pretty cool stuff in there. I think I'd give this 4 stars. I have to go to Goodreads and check it out. But that fulfilled prompt number 1. Prompt number 2. Her favorite color is purple. Read a book with a purple cover. That would be Tales of Majipoor, Robert Silverberg, and I have limited experience with Robert Silverberg, even though I have read quite a bit of science fiction. This book here obviously deals with the planet Majipoor, and you have a mixture of humans, natives, and aliens, and it makes for an interesting amalgamation as far as potential stories go. Gave this 4 stars. My favorite story was Dark Times at the Midnight Market, and it has to do with a love potion and a bit of sorcery and whatnot. I don't do spoilers, but give this 4 stars. Yeah, unfortunately, the last story in the book, I don't know, just really didn't do it for me. Okay, number 3. Her favorite book is dystopian, and we did a buddy read of The Hunger Games. Suzanne Collins, and I was pleasantly surprised by this book. Pardon me. I watched the movie. Didn't really care for it, but the book is by far, you know, head and shoulders above what the movie was. You have Katniss. She's an archer. She's a trapper, and everyone by now should know, get the gist of the plot of the Hunger Games. You have people from certain districts that go out and compete against one another, and their rewards and stuff. So you have each district basically hoping that their representative will win the Hunger Games. Like I said, it really was a whole lot better than the movie, and Steph's been recommending this for quite a while. I give this 4.5 stars. As always, you need a character to identify with. I was actually going to bring my bow in here, but take my word for it. I used to be a decent archer. But really enjoyed this, and I'm going to continue to read the rest of these. Probably do a buddy read with Stephanie. That was number 3. Number 4, she's an eclectic pagan. Read a myth-inspired book. Chorus is good stuff. I selected Endymion by Dan Simmons. It's book number 3 in the Hyperion Cantos, and this happens after the fall of Hyperion. And the myth it's based on is Greek mythology. Depending on the version, Endymion was a shepherd, he was a hunter, he was a king. The one chick thought he was so adorable when he was sleeping that she made sure he was induced into that state, and they had a bunch of kids, which I found kind of odd. But anyway, back to the book. So Endymion, or hang on a minute, yeah, raw Endymion. His purpose is to rescue Aeneas from the time tombs. The Shrike shows up at the same time. There's a big battle. He manages to get her out of there. And then you have Father de Soya, who, because of the way his ship is, he can travel through time without, I'm trying to look at the best way to describe this. Okay, he can travel through time, but the penalty is he has to die and be resurrected, like a whole bunch of times in this. Also, there was a part where they were in a conflict, and he was basically gone under the ice to set charges, and just it's really pretty rough. Also, Frank Lloyd Wright makes an appearance, or rather his Cybrid does, much like the John Keats Cybrid in Hyperion. But I gave this 4 stars, and thank you, Elena, for the buddy read, and I would like to finish the 4th book in the Cantos. Hopefully I'll get a little more free time than I've had here in the last 2 months. Cheers. Sorry, y'all, I'm a bit tired. Okay, prompt number 5. She's self-published, reading indie. Fits right in with Todd and Dane's indie read-along. This is the second book by Mike DeFrench that I've read, called, let me hide my rating, The Game We Don't Play Anymore. And Mike is more of a tech person than I am. So this is a pretty cool yarn about tech and terror. You have Camille, Benji, Kate, Charlie, and this weird old man who appears at the end. Kind of fills in the gaps. It's not like an O. Henry ending, but it's close. I mean, if you've ever read the short story Gift of the Magi by O. Henry, you'll know what I'm talking about. I call it the O. Henry ending. But I gave this 4 stars, and I enjoyed it. It's a weirdo character in here, but hey, kind of fueled the story. Yep, 4 stars. Nice work, Mike. Then we have number 6. She watches funny stuff when sad. Read a funny book. Didn't have a problem with that. I've got some of these mad books around here, and this was actually, I've read this before, but comedy never gets old. So this was Mads. Al Jaffe spews out snappy answers to stupid questions, and I'm sure we all encounter this on a daily basis. Wow, this was kicked out in 1968. 4 stars. Number 7, a poet who does know it. Okay. So the old rhyme when we were kids was, "Hey, I'm a poet, I don't know it." This is a poet who does know it. So read poetry, and I reread The Rose That Grew from Concrete, Tupac Shakur. You can learn a lot about a person from their poetry if they have a body of work. It's a lot easier to derive certain facets of their character and what kind of person they are. But give this 4.25 stars. It's really exceptional poetry. So that's my Stephathon Wrap Up. Figured I'd go out, end this year with a bang. I did not meet my Goodreads challenge. I have no idea what I'm going to try to read in January. We'll just have to see. Right now, got to help a couple neighbors out. One neighbor, there was a collision near his property. Somebody ran a truck through his garage. I'm somewhat of a local handyman, so I get calls to check things out, try to fix things. Anyway, I had fun with the Stephathon. I wished I'd have got it done in November. Didn't happen, but gave it the old college try. So thanks to you, my friends, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Drink one for me. And Happy New Year. Bye.